Hi everyone, Miss Heather here. Hope you're all having a great week. For today's class, we're going to be learning all about the sun and solar power. The sun is actually a very big star in the center of our solar system. It's the closest star to Earth and is 109 times larger than the Earth. For our first experiment, we're going to make a sun print. Here's what you'll need. Some construction paper. The cheaper the better, because we want construction paper that isn't fade resistant. I have some red and blue. And then toys or magnets from your fridge or around the house. Different shapes that you can see will create a design on the paper. So I've placed my paper in a sunny spot, and I'm putting my figurines and toys all around in different spots on the paper. Now I'm going to let it sit in the sun for an hour. We should see that the light from the sun will cause a chemical change. The sun will make the paper warm, and the ultraviolet rays will break down the chemical bonds in the paper and fade the color, causing a bleaching effect. What's left behind when we remove the toys and magnets will be the darker color of the red paper and the darker color of the blue in the shape of our toys and magnets. Let's see how our paper did in the sun. I'm going to remove the toys. You can see the horse toy is clearly shown, the outline on the paper. The Olaf a little bit, not so much for the Mickey Mouse magnet or the heart. Let's see with the red. There's the dolphin shape and the robot. And what about the little doll? Yep, you can see that one too. So the sun has bleached the paper. We're going to continue our lesson on the sun, and we're going to make a solar oven and cook s'mores. When we cook at home, we use our microwave or oven, which run on electricity or gas. By making a solar oven, we're going to use the heat from the sun, or something called thermal energy, in order to cook our s'mores. Thermal energy is a type of renewable energy, which means that we don't have to dig up coal or oil. We're not creating pollution. It's naturally occurring. So things like solar panels and solar lights are really good for the environment. For today, we're going to be making a reverse type s'more. Instead of toasting the marshmallows, we're going to melt the chocolate. And we're going to use our box that we have here and turn it into a solar oven with some aluminum foil, plastic wrap, some black construction paper, and a few other things. Let's get started. So I took a simple bakery box, or if you have a pizza box or a shoe box or any type of box at home. And what I started to do was cut out a window. I'm going to finish cutting. You'll want to have a flap like this. I'm going to cover this flap in tinfoil. The next part I need to do is cover my window for my oven. I'm going to use some plastic wrap and tape the top of your box. Should look like this: a window with plastic wrap covering it, and then tin foil on a flap. Now I'm going to line the inside of the box with foil. Then I'm going to take my black construction paper and put it down in the center of the box. I'm using black construction paper because dark colors absorb the heat, and I want to melt our chocolate fairly quickly. So the black will help draw the energy and heat from the sun down to the plate with the chocolate. I'm going to also take the box flaps and fold them together. Once you get your oven looking sort of like this, you want to fold and have lots of tin foil that will reflect the sun's rays down into the center of the box. Once you get that started, you're going to take your graham crackers and your Hershey bar. You're going to put a piece of chocolate on each of the graham crackers. And place it inside your oven and put it in a sunny spot. You might have to angle the tin foil a little bit or add more tape to make sure it's all together nicely. And on a nice sunny day, it shouldn't take too long to melt the chocolate. You can see it's already starting to melt a little bit. So we covered the oven and flaps with foil so the foil reflects sunlight into the oven. We use the black paper on the bottom of the oven to absorb the sun's energy and the sun's rays. We've created a convection oven by making it airtight with the plastic wrap. Put your oven in a sunny spot between 11 a.m. and 2 o'clock because that's when the sun's rays are strongest. Food takes longer to cook in a solar oven, and we couldn't use this to make dinner, but it's perfect for making s'mores. Once the chocolate is nice and melted, you'll want to remove the plate from the oven and add your marshmallow and your other layer of graham cracker on top. These look delicious. Since we made a lovely solar oven, let's try another experiment. If you have some old crayons, like the broken ones or the little stubby pieces, peel off the wrapper and using a silicone baking cup, drop similar colors inside, and let's see if we can create a whole new crayon color with a cool sunset tie-dye rainbow effect. I'm going to take some blue in this one, different colors of blue, and we'll see if they melt. Maybe I'll even put a little bit of blue in the other one, or yellow in with the blue. Now we're going to put these inside our solar oven and see how they come together. The crayons will take longer to melt than the chocolate. I'm going to put these in and leave them sitting on the table in the sun and come back in an hour and see how we're progressing. Crayons have been outside for about 2 hours now, and the sun has switched direction, and you can see for the most part they've started to melt, and they'll harden when I bring them inside or put them in the fridge. And hopefully we'll have one blue, yellow heart-shaped crayon and one orange and red heart-shaped crayon. Here's a close-up of the blue and yellow. Most of the crayon melted. It's a little chunky, but it might turn out pretty cool when it hardens. Here's the red and orange one. Again, a lot of it melted. The neon orange color melted a lot, but you'll see chunks of the original red crayon.